Welcome to this guided meditation. My name is Lynn and I share all things spirituality and personal development so that you can create your best life and that you can rise to your fullest potential. If that's something that you're interested in, make sure to subscribe to my channel so you get updated with every video that I post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Let's hop into today's meditation. The meditation is built up in 3 parts. The first part is breath work. So we're going to properly fill our body with oxygen. You're going to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose, and you're really going to squeeze all of the air out of your belly with every breath that you take. We're going to do that in 3 sets of 10 times breathing. Breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the nose. And then it's followed up by the second part of the meditation, which is white light healing. We're going to do this 4 times. So we're going to breathe in and we're going to visualize that white light is streaming through the crown of our head and is moving through our entire body, all the way through your feet into the ground. And while we're visualizing this white light, we're going to visualize that this white light is healing all parts of our body that needs to be healed and where we feel blocked. Then the third part of this meditation is the 3 to thrive. So we're going to focus on 3 things that we're extremely grateful for that has happened in the past, and we're going to visualize it as if we're now in that moment. Then we're going to follow it up with future moments that we can be very grateful for. And we're going to stack these emotions into our heart. We're going to grab the emotions from the front of us and put it on our heart. And while we do that, we say yes. So this is just a short meditation outline so you know what to expect and how this meditation is going to go. And without further ado, let's hop into today's meditation. Let's start with 3 sets of 10 times breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Make sure you're sitting in a comfortable position, feet flat on the ground, back straight. Feel centered, and let's begin. Now put your hands on your lap, palms facing up. Feel what's happening in your body. Then we're going to continue with the second round of 10 times breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Starting now. Put your hands on your lap, palms facing up. Maybe you feel a little bit of tingling in your fingers. That's normal. Our body is not used to having so much oxygen in our hands and in our bodies. Now let's continue with the last set of 10 times breathing, starting now. Put your hands on your lap. Just feel the sensations that are going through your body right now. And we're going to mentally prepare ourselves to get ready for the second part of this meditation. Now bring your arms up and imagine that there's this stream of white light that's streaming through the crown of your head. And as you breathe in, you're breathing in this white light, and it's going through your entire body, all the way down through your spine, all the way through your legs into the ground. And it's healing all of the parts that needs to be healed, all the parts that needs to be nurtured, all the parts in your body that need a little extra love. Visualize that this white light is healing you It's healing all of the parts in your body that need to be healed. And as you breathe out, you bring your arms up in the sky, and we release the white light into the air again. And breathe out. Now we're going to bring our arms up again and breathe in the white light. Make it stream through our entire body, through our feet, into the ground, healing all of the parts of our body that need to be healed. Visualize it cleansing your body, cleansing all the parts of your body that needed it. And now we're going to put our 2 index fingers and our thumbs together as a triangle, and we're going to keep it in front of our heart, and we're going to visualize that this white light that we just filled ourselves up with, we're going to send it out to the world. We're going to send it to the people that you love, family members, friends. And while you're sending this white light to them, you see them smile, and you see them heal. You see them healing the parts in them that needs to be healed. And they're so alive, they're so joyous. And with all the light that you're funneling to them right now, they're healing and they're becoming more and more back to their center and to themselves, rising up to their fullest potential. Now we're going to breathe in again. And as we're breathing in and bringing our arms up to the sky, taking in all that white light through the crown of our head, through our entire body, through our feet, into the ground. We're going to put our hands in front of our heart, and we're going to funnel that white light again to maybe different people that you know now. Colleagues, people you used to work with, or people that you know, maybe people that you don't know. Maybe you're sending it to people who are in need right now. You're going to send it to entire villages and cities right now, maybe entire parts of the world. And these parts of the world, they're going to light up with all the energy that you're funneling to them right now. See how this white light is impacting people's lives and how people are healing with all the love that you're sending them. And it feels so good to see them like that. Now we're going to rise our arms again to the sky, and we're going to once again grab this white light and move it all through our body, through the crown of our head, all the way to the ground, into the ground. And we're going to heal the parts within ourselves once more that need to be healed. Visualize all these parts cleansing and brightening up, letting go of all that negative energy that you've been holding inside of yourself. And we're going to breathe out. And let it go again. Make sure you're still sitting straight, feet flat on the ground. Now we're going to focus on the 3 to thrive. Now you're going to put your hands on your heart and you're going to give yourself the 3 gifts, the 3 to thrive. Think back of a moment that you could feel so grateful for. It can be little or it can be big. It could have been years ago, it could have been ages ago, it could have been weeks ago, it could have been yesterday. It doesn't matter when it was, but you're going to go back to that moment and you're going to feel how grateful you felt. Take that all in, how grateful you felt. Maybe you felt so alive, so free. Whatever you felt in that moment, you're going to grab that moment in front of you and bring it to your heart, and you're going to say yes. Now think of another moment. Think of a second moment now. It doesn't matter how big or small it is. It could be anything. And we're going to experience it as if it's happening now. Think back to a loved one, maybe a relationship with people, your family or friends. And you could be so grateful for that moment now. You can feel it. Feel how that feels in your body. Feel how your heart expands when you think back to this beautiful moment. What do you see? What do you hear? What emotions are you experiencing? Feel what you felt then now. Hear what you heard then now. And be so grateful for it. Grab that moment out of the air, bring it to your heart, and say yes. And now we're going to think of a third moment. A moment that you felt so grateful, you felt so alive. And it's happening now. You're thinking back to it now as if it's happening now. And it feels so good. It feels so good to love. It feels so good to be grateful. It feels so good to be free. Fill your entire body up with these good feeling emotions. Grab it out of the air and bring it to your heart and say yes. Give yourself these gifts. Fill yourself up with the joy and the gratitude of those moments. Now we're going to think of 3 moments, of future moments. You can be so grateful now. You're celebrating. You're celebrating the moments. You've got the victory. You won the victory. You're celebrating and you're sharing it with your loved ones. Feel how it feels when you are where you want to be. And it's happening now. Grab that moment out of the air and bring it to your heart and say yes. Now we're going to think of a second moment now where you achieve your goals, where you feel so alive and you feel so grateful for just being here. And you're celebrating it. You're celebrating these moments. Now grab that moment and get it out of the air and bring it to your heart and say yes. It's done. You're there. You have whatever you always wanted to have and you have it now. And you're so grateful for it. You're so thankful that all your hard work that you've been putting in, it's all coming to fruition now. And you deserve this moment. Grab that moment out of the air and bring it to your heart and say yes. You are no longer hoping or doubting. You no longer have to worry about the outcomes because it's there, it's done. You've achieved your goals and it's happening now. It's beautiful and you're celebrating. Take in all these beautiful moments. Stack it into your heart. Now we're going to think of as many moments as we want to. It can be anything. It can be anything. It can be a moment where you felt so free or a moment where you felt alive. It can be past moment or future moments, and you're going to bring it to your heart. And with every moment that you're bringing to your heart, you say yes, and you really feel it with every moment. You feel your heart exploding bigger and louder, and it feels so good. It feels so good to be alive. It feels so good to celebrate. It feels so good to feel this victory. Take it all in. Take as many moments as you want. You're going to grab them out of the air and bring them to your heart and say yes. Think of a moment of romance. Think of a moment of where you felt so free. Think of a moment where you felt so alive. Think of a moment, a future moment where you're celebrating, or a past moment where you felt so deeply connected. Stack them all into your heart. Grab them out of the air, stack them into your heart and say yes. Take it all in. And really feel that. Give yourself these gifts. Feel how that feels in your body. The good emotions that are there. And any moment that you are not feeling it, Any moment that you feel that your goals maybe seem too far away still, know that you can come back to these memories and that you have all these beautiful emotions stored within yourself. They're already there, and all you have to do is to think back to these moments and awaken these moments back into your heart, because they're there always with you. Now, if you're ready, take a deep inhale and exhale. Bring your arms up to the sky, and if you're ready, slowly open your eyes. Stretch your body and really feel how good it feels to have all these beautiful moments within you, all these future moments, all these past moments. Now go ahead into the world and be your best self and create whatever you're meant to create. If you have liked this meditation, make sure to let me know in the comments and how it made you feel, all the emotions that you felt throughout this entire meditation. And if you want to know why we're doing what we're doing, make sure to check out my other video where I explain exactly why we're doing all these parts of the meditation, what is really the purpose behind it. The video is called Do This When You Start Your Day, a powerful morning routine for the law of attraction. You'll find it when you look for it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking the time for yourself. You have so much to be grateful for. All you have to do to tap into that is just revisit these memories. If you have liked this video, make sure to click that like button so this video will be pushed out to more people in the world who need to see this right now. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, make sure to do so, as you will be the first to watch all of my videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But for now, I am tuning out. Remember, we have such an exciting future to look forward to. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.